Let's continue our discussion about reading from in its broader perspective. And now we'll look at the relationship between literacy and reading. In the previous module, I have defined literacy that it's such a fluid term. It entails so many universal phenomena, so many things which are bound by the social and cultural context in which reading actually takes place. So now we'll look at the relationship between literacy and reading. So teaching literacy is more than teaching simple reading. Simple reading is like you may train your students how to recognize words, how to recognize spellings or sounds, how words are formed, how sentences are formed, or how the meanings are decoded of a particular sentence. So literacy is more than teaching reading skills. Though, of course, as we have discussed before, that reading is like it's in an integral part of literacy. It's what contributes to literacy. Reading is what it contributes to literacy. So literacy is much more a bigger concept. It entails particular skills in a particular social context. For example, as I have discussed before, if you are in the bank, so you are reading a particular discourse of bank. If you are at workplace, you are dealing with the particular discourse of workplace. So literacy is much more bigger concept. It rises above the psycholinguistic processes going on in the minds of the readers. So it's such a fluid and changing term. It keeps changing, it's continuously changing, because the way society changes, similarly literacy changes. So this is how it's bound by the social norms and traditions of society. So literacy, what it encompasses knowledge and skills, how to access a text. For example, if you are in the class, so you are actually reading in the context of a second language classroom. So how to access that text within that social and particular cultural context is important. So how to analyze that information within that context. And similarly, when you are interacting with the text in a particular social context, you tend to express your thoughts and opinions. So literacy lays on emphasis not to become passive readers, rather to interact the text actively and then make your opinions, form your opinions, and present your ideas or your thoughts. And how to interact with others is important to literacy. So literacy actually lays emphasis on developing 5 key skills, which are phonemic awareness, the recognition of words, letters, phonics, sounds, fluency, reading speed, vocabulary, and comprehension. So these skills, of course, a reader needs to develop these skills, but literacy says that these skills are not adequate. What's more needed is the development of the social norms and traditions of reading. So students need to be critical readers, they need to engage with the text, they need to infer and evaluate the information given in the particular text. So reading and literacy, their relationship is quite vital, as you might have seen through this discussion. So literacy entails reading, writing, and speaking English in a particular context. For example, if you are reading in the bank, reading a leaflet or like any advertisement given by the bank, you are engaging with a particular literacy. So this is what the job of the language teachers is, to make students read texts pertaining to different social and cultural contexts. So and moreover, EFL teachers need to prepare their students, develop their computer literacy, because if they are, because of the influence of internet, because of the presence of computer in our lives, so how well our teaching is actually influenced by computer and some of its norms. So what's important to note is that literacy wants your students become politically literate, not to accept things or what students read on their face value, rather to question them, to analyze them, what lies underneath a text. So since we are in the era of information and technology, so literacy lays emphasis on students become aware of the needs of information and technology. And this is our job as English language teachers, to integrate information and communication technology to our second language teaching in order to impart effective literacy skills to our students.